Hot top sports
What it takes, don't miss. The prof with the beer.
The champ with the fist. Water bringing fire. Cowboy tie riding bold. Bulls calling bets. Watch the stories unfold. And it's truly eyebrows.
Running the show. It's Hot Top Sports, baby. Let's get it. Let's go. Good evening, good afternoon, good morning. Welcome back to High Top Sports. We got ourselves a jam-packed one. We got Heisman talk. We got Kiffin odds changing. The better job. We got some things I want to talk about between LSU and Florida. It's been a hot topic conversation. I'm tired of hearing about it. We're going to talk about it hopefully one last time. Message board drama, which we love. You know we're big fans of the message boards around here. Then Josh Pate speaks on Brian Kelly. And it's a very interesting video that I want to unload on a little bit. I'm not here to like dump fire onto this like a lot of people are, because actually I think Pate did a phenomenal job handling this. But there's something that he said in there that irritated me. And I feel like that's more important than what everybody's giving him flack for. We're going to get into it, boys and girls. But before we do that, though, Cody the Prof joins us here. Good morning, big guy. How you doing? Good to see you. Are you feeling a little better?
Boys, I had to reach deep in the bag. Deep in the bag.
Oh, we're back. Okay. Real quick, before you show this, because I just want to let you know that I had to get with HR about what happened yesterday. And because we missed, beer of the day, there was some serious listen, I'm not saying that the conversations were similar to what Brian Kelly and their team had, but
the chat was questioning.
It was, I'm just saying, bro, it was touch and go there. And your buyout is not nearly as good as those guys are. That's all that I'm saying. So I would just tread lightly. Tread lightly.
I reached deep in the bag. All right. This puppy right here.
Wow.
Is an Abita light lager. Now, do you know where Abita is from?
No clue.
Abita Springs is the very water that gets pipelined right into LSU. I am drinking the water of the beer that just got Brian Kelly fired, baby.
That's how you redeem yourself, young man.
Hailing from Louisiana, of course. It's a wonderful beer. I give it a 7.5 bottle caps. This is a different beer. It's barley. This is a barley-based beer. So if you have inflammation problems, this is the one for you medically.
Look at Holly. He's here to he loves. I'm sure he loves your beer takes. We need to get a the graphic. We need to have
the bottle cap graphic.
Yeah, we gotta get it.
Yeah,
we gotta know by tomorrow, because that's just a must have for the show.
I'm gonna have to go to the grocery store and get the one, or the single bottles. Just go deep into the beer tour.
I mean, you missed it yesterday. You got to redeem yourself heavily. So that was a great job. Great job. That was a great troll. I appreciate that. So look, I think you're good. I think you're off the for now.
He just got a bunch of good ones. Turbo Dog. Yep, Turbo Dog's a good one. Andy Gator. That's a good one.
Look, see, the chat loves it.
Some people are concerned. I work nights.
That's what he tells us, anyways. Nobody can confirm it.
Purple Haze. Purple Haze is a banger. Yeah, that's one of my favorites. Yep.
No, I can confirm when I'm up at 2:00 in the morning with the kiddo. He's always ready to go, just alive and well, ready to chit chat. All right, let's do this. Let's talk.
Sounds like an airplane hangar when you call me, but that's besides the point.
Yeah, we gotta move quick. I got baby appointment, so we had to move the show up an hour. Which, honestly, we're gonna test it, because when I go back to work, we're gonna have to move these things around anyways if we want to continue to do these morning shows.
This works better for me.
I know you're earlier in your night. You're like it's like 5:30 p.m. your time. So yeah. Cody's gonna be a little more juiced here. Let's talk Heisman, man. Obviously we dabbled into it, man, but yesterday a little bit. But I think a lot of names are being thrown around. Like obviously Diego's being thrown around, Fernando's being thrown around. Marcel was being asked about, at least. So like, why don't we talk about this name? But I gotta be honest with you, my stance still stands with Ty Simpson's. It's genuinely his to lose. I don't see a world where these guys... Now, there's an opportunity for these guys to catch him, but let me just go over something for you, right? When we think about last week, Diego pulls off a big one against Mizzou. Marcel pulls off a monster one. We're thinking this, right? But when you look at the stats, that's not how it went down. And we talked about Marcel Reed. Marcel Reed didn't do anything that was kind of like head-turning, all right? Ty's had some head-turning games and has supported it with stats. Fernando, they put a whopping on UCLA. Fernando must have had 300 yards and 4 touchdowns. I've told you, thank you, baby. Fernando's got to have monster-type numbers because he's not going to have any more Heisman moments, if you will. 15 for 22.
Unless they beat Ohio State in the Big Ten Championship.
I don't know if that counts towards the Heisman, but either way, that's not going to be enough, in my opinion. Right? Because at that point, like, you got to assume Ty Simpson probably has. Again, it's Ty's to lose. I'm not saying these guys can't win it. I'm just saying Ty is sitting in the driver's seat comfortably. Fernando, 15 for 22 for 160 yards, 3 touchdowns and an interception, and 5 carries for 45 yards. That wasn't. Fernando didn't win that game. Right?
Yeah.
Fernando didn't go out there and have a Johnny Manziel type game. Marcel Reed, 12 for 21 for 200 yards, 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. Now, he did rush the ball for 182 touchdowns. So that part of the game, and look, you continue to do things like that, you will climb the ranks. And ultimately, if they went out, they'll be undefeated. It's going to be hard not to look at him. But games like that aren't going to do it. Diego, 10 for 19, 129 yards, and an interception. In my opinion, he's hit the nails in the coffin on Diego. Unless he has some like historic run over the next 4 games.
I mean, but don't you feel the way that he plays football? He could have a bunch of ESPN highlight moments of him hurtling into the into the end zone with seconds left to take down an opponent. Don't you feel like it's there?
I agree, but I mean, like Ty Simpson had, you would argue, not the greatest of games. They throw the football. They can't run the ball. So he's going to have the stats to back up them winning football games, and he's already in the driver's seat. He went 24 for 43 for 253 and 2 touchdowns. So as an individual game, does it look great? No. But at the end of the year, when he has the touchdowns, the lesson, like he's just slowly separated himself from it. And it kind of sucks. I really want this thing to be interesting. And all those names that I said are very exciting, and they're all leading their teams to great things. I just don't feel like the quarterback play. Now, Fernando, I think, again, unfortunately, I think it's because of the league that he's in and what he has left. We're not going to talk about him enough. Diego has plenty of opportunities, as does Marcel. But so does Ty Simpson. It's not like Alabama's got any cakewalks left either, which is kind of crazy. It's, again, I wouldn't say it's a bad Heisman class, but it's not sexy.
Yeah, it's definitely not like last year, right? I mean, you had all kinds of hype because you had is the Boise State running back gonna be able to pull it off? We have the two-way player, and it just and Hunter, it just felt more juiced up last year. It kind of feels just across the board that there's been a excellent games, but there hasn't been anybody to take college football by storm. Does that make sense?
Yeah, as an individual. And I said it, I don't remember what I said at this point. We talk so dang much about sports on this show, but I spoke to, it's almost like we're having things go backwards a bit to where, because of the NIL, because of the parity, that we're getting back to like where the coach you bring in, that's always mattered. I'm like, let's take it easy. But
yeah,
you could really just, I mean, certain schools could stack talent and you could just be carried and kind of learn how to be a good coach because of the talent being there, and get away with a lot. I think the coaching is really starting to play a factor. The talent's being spread thin. These guys are playing at a younger and younger time, so the lack of development is there. We're going to talk about coaches kind of here in just a minute, the head coach drama. And I go, man, these head coaches in a way are, I hate to say it, kind of similar to the quarterback development. But it feels like that because we just keep burning and churning through quarterbacks or through coaches. Similar like quarterbacks, like, he's not good enough. Give me the next guy. The only thing, the difference is these coaches are getting paid millions to not be good. So, yeah, look, I mean, the top 8, 9 kind of your favorites right now, or 10, all quarterbacks. Jeremiah Smith, Love, like nothing sexy from a position group at the moment.
Yeah. Could have been the year for a defensive player to really take it by storm, but I think the only one that's been extremely dominant edge player wise is, a guy that Florida missed out on.
Look, did you see this?
Yeah, he might be winning.
He'll likely win the Heisman with one more game like last week. And look, I think with how the race is going, now Cody doesn't believe that. Cody believes he shouldn't even be playing football, but I'm glad that you gentlemen see what we all see, and that Alfonso
I had questions.
Huh?
I had questions, but Billy put together a great walk-on program there.
Listen, you didn't want to jump into the pool just yet.
He did say Florida's walk-on program was going to be the best in the nation, and it probably is.
Yeah, Heisman is just a political job. It's meaningless. It's all opinion based, and that's again last year. That's what kind of made it seem fun, where it was like these guys were literally playing for it. Comparatively, like this year, it's like again the reason why I'm saying Ty Simpson's a front runner. These guys don't have a chance because you've been watching how the Heisman goes for so long, and what they say, what makes them pick a Heisman is it's the moments, it's the stats, it's in the stats. I think stats are important. I think moments are important. I think what your team has done. Like, Fernando should be looked at more for what he's doing in Indiana. Like, it's huge, in my opinion. Again, the whole team is really, really good. And I think that's what it's boiling down to. And given the fact that Ty Simpson and those boys can't run the ball over at Alabama, shows crazy to think Ty Simpson, man. It just blows my mind because of the conversations we were having at the beginning of the year. Now we're sitting here talking about this man.
We weren't necessarily thinking he was going to be a QB1 the entire season.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, dude. Absolutely crazy.
We also bought huge stock in and sellers too, and boy did that not develop like it thought.
Yeah,
but not only us. I think a lot of people did.
Saving it, Alfonso was the 19th best safety in his class before going to Baylor. Not exactly just a walk on. Yeah, no, but it works better for our story. Yeah, Dan,
for sure.
Nobody cares about that. Then stop. Yeah, Mendoza's top 5. I agree. Mendoza's top 5. I just think that. I don't know if there's enough moments, if you will, in the fact that they beat UCLA by 56-7 or whatever the final score was, and he had 168 total yards. It's just that was a game that he had to pad stat, in my opinion. He had a Russell Westbrook that kind of game to catch the ties of the world.
I mean, who's really hit that we thought was going to go off this year? I mean, there's a lot of young talent that had these sophomore slumps, right? Think about it. Jeremiah Smith is not. Obviously they're double covering him, but he's not as electric as he was last year. We thought Dallas Wilson was going to be an absolute freak. He's kind of teetered off a little bit, dealt with some injuries. VB3 the same. Lenore Sellers, we thought he was going to have a massive year. DJ Lagway, we thought he was going to have a massive year.
Arch, I think
the only one we pumped the brakes on Arch. I think we were right about him, right down the fairway.
Yeah.
Ty Simpson, we had some questions about. Nussmeier was a 50-50 crowd, but a lot of people like Nussy.
It felt like it was Nussy to lose for the first 2 weeks.
It feels like that I don't know if it's because the parity in college football now, because a lot of people have a lot of good athletes, or maybe we're just having an off year. It doesn't feel as not exciting, but doesn't feel like the talent well for the NFL draft is going to be as good as
Ryan
years
Williams,
past.
Another one.
Ryan Williams, he's been dropping balls left and right. I mean, it's
Jeremiah Smith is having a good year. It just hasn't been as loud. I mean, I don't think because when you have such great years of freshmen, it's hard. I mean, that's a hell of a year to capitalize on, to kind of continue to maintain. Look, I think it goes more to what I said yesterday about Ohio State and the fact that we haven't tuned into an Ohio State football game since week 1.
We could say Mendoza, the Ole Miss quarterback, and Ty Simpson are the 3 best quarterbacks in all of college football right now.
Money makes a good point for the quarterback at BYU. I mean, he's got those boys cooking. I don't know what his stats are.
Yeah, but nobody watches BYU. Is a problem.
I know. Sada Miguel said that Fernando is the betting favorite to win as of currently. Dan, let's take it easy on the betting odds, okay? Listen. No need to take off any more people today.
Are we gambling this early in the morning?
I mean, we gotta wake up sometime. Drinking. You gotta wake up sometime. We're gonna do. Desmire's playing like his dad as OC did. We're going to talk about prize picks here, which we will get into gambling or not. I mean, I can't say that, but yeah. Let me get myself a coffee. Let me wake up here.
One more of these puppies. Yeah, I'm going to have to bump these up, okay? This is definitely an 8.5 bottle cap.
Oh!
I've had 2 cases of them sitting in my I have a cellar below the house. That's why I keep all my liquor, my beer in that I bootleg from other states. I had to blow the dust off of it. I had to check it for spiders, okay? I had a case of this sitting downstairs. I didn't even know if it was good. I was hoping it wasn't going to be skunked. But yeah, this puppy is, I mean,
deep in his bag here, boys. He wasn't kidding. Wow, this guy is something else. All right, so I got to give our guy Dan from San Miguel a little bit of love and shout out here. Well, he's ticked off half of the internet, but that's just kind of how that's you when you fly close to the sun. That's what happens. But we've talked about these odds as they've updated, and Dan has done a great job of updating them because I haven't looked it up. So, and he got yelled at for his updates. But I think I might have saved him. I don't know if you saw my tweet, Dan, but I think I might have saved you. All right. I might have helped you there. I don't know if you saw that yet this morning, but I'll see if you did here in just a moment. But odds have changed. I looked at Kalshi last night. It changed drastically from what we saw on Monday, which I thought was weird. But the odds have moved big time. Drinkowitz is minus 105 for Florida right now, according to Vegas, which is terrifying. Because the best we saw for Kiffin was plus 190, right? Minus? Shit. That's crazy. Minus in a pool of candidates of like 7? I mean, maybe I'm wrong, but I feel like that's pretty juicy. Franklin plus 200, Kiffin plus 3, Fish plus 9, Braum plus 12. Braum slid down the rankings a little bit. Golish plus 1,200 and Key plus 1,600. Now, what I tweeted out to Dan, you haven't seen it yet, Dan, was he tweeted like 2 weeks ago when he tweeted the original odds when Kiffin was favored. When we got Muschamp and Muschamp and Billy, McMullen and Billy, it was plus 300 and plus 350. Those were the two odds. So now,
I'll take it.
That's where Lane sits. So maybe we're good. Maybe everything's going to be okay. I don't know. But I will say, so Kalshi, which again, I like looking at all these sites. You're just trying to get a pulse. Like, everyone has their insiders, who they talk to, what have you. This, in my opinion, is always the best because it's taking everybody's thoughts and opinions. Like, everyone who feels like they know the know, and they're putting their money where their mouth is. Now, there's obviously doofuses like ourselves that are putting their hand in the pot here, but you got to think there's probably a little more control in this. So right now, Lane Kiffin leads for the LSU job 24% over none other than John Summerall, who from Vegas odds is plus 150.
But these are odds of people betting. So is this really a good pulse on who gets, like, how often are these right?
Well, again, it's like a stock market, right? So it's the odds. So the odds of Vegas are set a little bit different. They set them themselves and then they change them, right?
But Kalshi's different. Kalshi's just betting on.
It's just people.
Picking a name. It's just people. So I can't take that. Vegas has me feeling a little bit different.
Telling you,
What's the odds on Vegas?
This market was what was determined to that basically told you about the election. Like, I understand what you're saying. Vegas plays a whole other game than this is playing. I like this because what I just said is that it's people that feel they're in the know are making moves on it. That's what I'm saying.
Oh, I see.
So it's we can
so like
we
a
can
booster
play.
can go put
Yeah,
put, $250,000.
Yeah. It's a stock market. If you feel good on
insider trading,
yeah.
Oh, well,
that's why I do. I actually appreciate
there
these
might
things.
be an agency needs to look at that. Okay, just hopefully an agency doesn't come look at me, the 3-letter one, the ATF, because I have some serious questionable things in the cellar.
So Lane was getting whooped by Eli 2 days ago, and now he's back up to 43% for Florida. Then 20. Then Franklin's at 26 and Eli's at 24. So with this news, with these odd changes that are happening here, and I want to bring this up too. In coaching searches, opening lines are like bookmakers' best guess of what's most likely. Any moves reflect where the money, especially sharp money, is going and how the book wants to shape exposure. Yeah, I said it on one of the
what's sharp
on something.
Money?
On a voice chat of like this. These odds are not like when I think of odds and we watch like UFC fights, like those odds tell you a story, and those odds aren't going to move unless like one of the fighters breaks a toe beforehand. Like those things are locked in. These odds are not that at all. It's a lot of hearsay. It's I would say it's similar to this. Like it's like he said, they're trying to figure out where things are going. They're watching money move, so they're being influenced by where the bets are going. Okay, and so that's what makes, in my opinion, Vegas less trustable, because they're I mean, not necessarily less stressful, but they're moving it based on where money is going. So they're being influenced right now because they don't know.
Yeah.
And Kalshi is very similar, but they're not. Someone isn't manipulating it. It's just showing you where the money is. It's not like, hey, more money has gone here. Even we could be hearing this, but the money's going here, so we're gonna show this as a favorite. So it's a little bit different than I would say when they're putting it on sports. This is a harder one to do. If we're being honest,
I think there's only one thing that we can do. I think that we use the powerful or the great and powerful platform of High Top Sports, and we just ask Scott Strickland, like, who we hiring?
Oh yeah, get him on the show. That's a Dan thing. Dan, that's a Dan Thompson and Sadie McGale interview, Dan. So that's on you, Dan. You land all the big ones, big guy. Get the loafers signed up.
Maybe if we can get him on the next Gator panel, and we can get enough pressure in there, he'll crack.
Maybe that's what we do.
I got Steve's poker face. Okay?
We corner him.
Yeah.
All right, Dan, get to work, big fella. $2. Cody, drink one for me. Look at that from Brett Brown.
Always.
Come on, baby. I love it. Hey, 300 strong here in the beautiful Tuesday morning. Hope you guys are having yourselves a great day. We got to keep moving, though. We've got, I got a baby's appointment that we've got to rock and roll for here. So I got 2 clips here that it was nice seeing someone else speak positively about the Florida job. Because we've been sitting here in our little echo chamber saying that it's a better job or it's 1A, 1B, like it's not that much of a difference. And then everyone comes out, like a lot of media, or like it's not even close. And I was like, all right, whatever. Like, it's what have you. But for us Florida fans, I wanted to at least play 2. JB, Coach JB. Coach, first of all, Coach JB is wild, off the rocker. But what I do respect is, like, you may not always like his takes, but that guy will tell you exactly how he's feeling, like in the moment, and even 2 minutes before he even knows how he's feeling. The guy is open as it comes, and I respect it. Like, again, sometimes a bit off his rocker, and his takes are a bit brash, if you will. But again, it takes a lot to offend me, so some people may not like him. I genuinely don't care. His clips of him yelling at high school kids are hilarious. Here's his take on what he feels is the best open job.
What's the best college job available? You got LSU, Penn State, Florida. Who am I leaving out?
UCLA,
UCLA,
Oklahoma State, Arkansas.
Oklahoma State, Arkansas.
I mean, goddamn, I've never seen this many.
What's the best job? You're a coach. Put yourself in it. Where would you go?
Florida.
Why?
The state. You could throw a rock outside the facility and grab 1,000 5-stars. Plus, the weather's pretty damn good. The women are pretty sexy. The food's pretty damn good. And there's no taxes.
He just goes off
That's
the rails.
like,
Guess what? Makes a little sense.
Like he starts off like.
Could you? How fast could a 7 beer deep prof and JB show get canceled?
Oh, you don't even need to go to 7 beers. I think you're one Louisiana 10-year-old beer will get.
We'd probably mash each other out though. It probably wouldn't work. That's why this one works.
Yeah,
so good,
I don't know if you guys.
When I get fired up, you can kind of pull the chain back on the pit bull.
Yeah, just kind of yank it back. He would just start yelling.
Coach JB just be like, "Tell him."
Yeah. It would be.
Give me more.
This guy, the guy he's with, is like an older me. It's just a very just kind of like, hey, crazy to think that you're the wild one in this scenario. When you think about how all this started. But yeah, like that's kind of what I've been beating the drum on. So again, somebody who's been around the block. JB is an older fella, all right. So it's not like he's just like this new age guy. And that was kind of always my thing. Again, the women and stuff. It was too concerned.
And he's got a lot of coaches, a lot of places. The guy is very well connected. I didn't realize how well connected he was.
I mean, yeah, that's why. I mean, that's what he does. It's hilarious. And the guy from Jeff Darlington from ESPN says, say what? Bad take? If Florida decides they want Lane, that's the job for him. Lane is a Florida man deep down. The Gators are set up for success. In the current college football landscape, you have literally everything a coach could want and need to win right now. And that's kind of what I've been beating the drum on. But again, this isn't kind of like an echo chamber. Like I saw these on the outside. Listen, for every take that is that Florida is the best job, there's a take that says LSU is the best job. Here's the conclusion. It's what we've been saying. It's 1A, 1B. That's it. Move on. And the Penn State's a far second.
I'll even double down on this. Old Ronnie D said it was a better job that Kiffin was taking.
Oh yeah, I did. I'm glad you reminded me. I had that pulled up. He has been heavily involved in this. He he commented on somebody from Florida, one of the accounts, and then because he was kind of like basically agreeance that the Brandos of the world are like, it's kind of wild how the media is taking it. And then he said this, took a very political response. He tweeted, "I'm not arguing for anyone, just acknowledging that the hire is a media narrative via UF. It is what it is." Meaning, like, I'm not going to pick a side here, but there's, whether it's good, bad, or ugly, like, I'm not telling you what it is, but the way that UF is spoke about is much different. Now, he could imply that they're spoke about more favorably. They could be spoke about, more negatively. He's not picking a side. He's just saying that there is a difference when being spoke about. And there is. I think, to be honest with you, I think there's both. I think that Florida sometimes probably gets talked about a lot. Where it annoys people. And then on the other side, I also think that it gets dragged from time to time randomly for no reason as well, too. So it carries both. And I think that's just the life of when you live close to the sun.
Yeah. Well, and here's the thing. If you want to be content, I've watched a couple of interviews with Lane. He did the pivot interview, and then he did one more. I've watched a couple. I want him as a coach, but I wonder if through some of the things that he has gone through with his family and everything, if he will move. I think it's the right move for him, and not even financially. To be a coach, to cement yourself, you can have a statue built outside of UF if you come here and do the things right. It's already
of both.
I don't think so. The statue's not going to win as okay. A statue of Florida compared to a statue at
yeah, I know, but he's more likely
totally
locked in.
They'll give you a statue for winning the Egg Bowl nine times in a row. Like, oh, first time ever won the Egg Bowl 9 times in a row.
I'm supporting your argument.
When you get a statue outside UF, you are enshrining yourself into a legacy of greatness. There's only a couple out there. Tell me I'm wrong.
No, I agree. Did you read this? Can you read this for me?
Breaking news: UJ fans worship an animal that licks its nuts. Absolutely, yeah.
The other guy said, "Yeah, your takes are back." I'm glad that we're back in the saddle.
A couple beers and I'm floating again.
Real quick, did you see this? You know the 6'7" thing? Is Milan doing it?
No, 6'7"? I don't.
You haven't?
No,
you haven't.
None of my football boys did it.
Oh wow, you and Andy has a bunch of losers, I guess. Well, anyways, you know about it though, right?
I easily. Well, I think I found I saw a tweet. Like Indiana's the peak of sports right now, if you think about it. Pacers made the NBA playoffs.
Yeah, Colts are good.
Colts are good. IU's good.
Are you guys? Are you guys the capital of sports?
We were just the capital of people flying in and flying out, but now we might be the new capital of sports in this small little windy, cold town. It's like a mini Chicago over here. Chicago, less crime.
Are you aware of the 6'7" though?
No.
Well, it's like a trend that kids are doing. Like, it's just like the best way I can describe it. I'm sure we all had our look like dumb things that we would say, and so if there's an opportunity to say like, hey Cody, like, how many beers you have today? You're like, like 6'7". It's stupid, right? Lane did it.
Did he? Yeah.
I can't. Every day a new clip pops up, and I go, please, just pay him everything you can.
Yeah. Dude, the amount of content we'll be able to make off of him. I mean, it would be best for High Top. I think I text you. We'll be able to send this thing full time next year.
Yeah, I had like this weird. I saw a video and I was like, I just got to get major. I was like, oh God, if we get late, dude, I'm gonna break my desk. Without a question. I mean, just through the roof, boys. Through the roof.
Hey, I gotta pump the stock to the hometown team, Matthew. Jeez, we can't all live in sunshine and greatness.
Yeah.
You know what it looks like outside right now? It's 33 degrees and cold and windy. I had to reseal the windows yesterday because the wind was blowing through them. It's so cold.
They're mad that it made it to 6'7". Look, it's not my fault. Made it to Lane's house. This episode is brought to you by Prize Picks. You and I make decisions every day, but on Prize Picks, being right can get you paid. Don't miss any of the excitement this football season on Prize Picks, where it is good to be right. And right I was yesterday on my Travis Kelce having himself a day on National Tight End Day. Okay, that man put up some numbers, almost gave me an opportunity to come back in fantasy, but I unfortunately did not. But I'm gonna put together a little burner for Thursday. I've been talking about the new Prize Pick offer stacks, meaning you can pick up to the same player up to 3 times in the same lineup. Want to pick more on Josh Allen's pass yards, rush yards, and touchdowns? Now you can't pick all of them in the same lineup, only on Prize Picks. Where I think I struggle is I try to get like a 4 or 5 legger, and I gotta like find the extra one to throw in to make it juicier. Well, now I can bulk this thing up with my stack'ems, if you will, and I think I'm gonna be dialed now because this is where I've fallen off. It's always been the one offer. I'm a one-man pony over here where I'll get all but one right. I'm literally on a streak. The streak ends, and for good reason, all right? It is. And what's also cool, they've added like a social media. Follow Prize Picks players directly on the app and copy their lineup. So you can follow me and follow my picks with one click, whether it's a friend, a celebrity partner, or just someone who picks you like. Hit the follow button and check out every lineup they create in the new feed on Prize Picks. Download the Prize Picks app today and use code HIGHTOP to get $50 on lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. That's code HIGHTOP to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. Prize Picks. It is good to be right. So we'll see. I'm pretty pumped about the stack'ems. All right, we're back to the message boards, boys. We got these are fun to go over, there's some good ones last night that I was having to pick out of, and
this
I feel like
favorite segment. This is better than tweets of the week almost.
Yeah, it's very similar to the tweets of the week, but because you just don't know what you're gonna get. But this is like people kind of going through it. The topic, it was just usually the message board that gets people going, right? One guy had a really good one. It was talking about how like the contracts for coaches is just absurd and it's gross, which we've had it, so it wasn't that juicy because we've already talked about it. Really, the subject, the board or message or whatever you want to call it. Would you be upset if Sark left? And it was at the top of the leaderboard. I was like, holy crap, this thing exploded, right? Like, that's all it said. So I was like, let's go dive into the comments. I'm like, this guy's getting dragged, right? Like, where are Texas fans at? First one, F no. I hope he does. And that's not an emotional take.
What?
First one. He's an excellent program builder, and I'm extremely grateful for what he's done at Texas. However, he's an elite OC, not an elite head coach. Our offense has been mid every year under his tenure and haven't performed well against teams. We are equally better. We need fresh ideas.
They were just in the playoffs last year.
The next guy goes, all you guys don't realize where we were before Sark. This year's had its look, but I wouldn't be so quick to call for Sark to leave. This guy goes, nope, he checked out. Miami bound. It would be a dream come true. I would be only upset only because it means there's possibility PK might be replaced also. I'd love to see the coaching shuffle settle on us with Freeman or Kiffin. Wild.
No way Sark leaves, right?
The Miami job, I guess, is appealing to a lot of people right now. The Dolphins. Titans is going to be open too. So, or is open.
Is a Miami Dolphins job open right now?
No. I'm pretty sure McDaniels is still hired. But it's going to be.
What are they even talking about?
Well, I mean, if that guy has a job at the end of the year, Miami might as well just go ahead and close up shop. So, okay. I don't know. I didn't realize there were so many coaches that wanted.
So we're saying Texas, LSU, UCLA, Florida, Arkansas. Is there another big hitter I'm leaving out?
This guy goes, when he said he's going to keep calling plays, I knew my interest would wane. I loathe blindly stubborn coaches. This guy goes, getting Britt Key and Jeff Brom on the line tomorrow.
Bro, I mean, people are. I don't think people understand how hard it is to win.
And so reading the one guy's message board and reading this, I'll go, maybe Brado's right. Maybe the fan bases are just too toxic. maybe.
Well, I mean, the comment about him not wanting him still wanting to call plays a week after Billy Napier was fired is kind of like, you probably shouldn't do that. you probably shouldn't just come out and say that. Because a guy that you worked with and a guy that you're in a group chat with just got fired for the same thing. You like, it's like, do these guys not take a PR class? Like, I know I'm one to talk, but if I'm getting paid $100 million in an 8-year contract, like, you guys aren't coaching them up. Like, hey, Billy Napier, he just got fired at University of Florida and said he wasn't going to give up play calling. I probably would avoid that question. I'd probably say it's something that we're going to look into in the
unless he wants to get canned, or maybe they're going, hey, I know a way to get our buyout money a little bit quicker. We can get out of this sex. It's like, hey, I got the blueprint.
Well, I guess the Brian Kelly buyout's being negotiated.
Yeah, I saw some people talking about how they're not going to pay him. So that LSU will find a way not to pay the entire thing. Big business, boys. What have you seen on it?
I just saw that Twitter post. I don't know how credible it was, but multiple people.
Thanks for nothing.
But one person I know down there that's kind of a booster wouldn't know that in detail. She just told me that they were kind of hunting Brian Kelly's head a little bit this year, but she thought that, like, I had just talked to her, but when I told you that he wasn't leaving, she felt firm that he was going to stick it out. Like, they were not going to fire him this year. So
your sources are ass.
Oh yeah, I mean, we all have wrong sources. But truthfully, if it went down the way it went down, then nobody would have known that. You know what I mean?
For sure.
Like, if that athletic director was just like, nope, you're gone then. Like, screw it.
You know what's interesting though is that, like, all these coaches that are, or all these teams that are looking for coaches are
at the same time hires.
Well, the thing is, a lot of the coaches that are up for grabs that are being talked about, the Brahms, the Brent Keys, the Lane Kiffins, the Summeralls, who am I missing? Fish is not quite there. He's more just for the Florida. All these guys right now are playoff bound. Like, if the season were in today, they're playoff bound. And the season doesn't start till the playoffs doesn't start till December 19th for round 1. And if some of these guys could have a bye, which would put it off until the end of December. It's going to be very interesting to see, with all the choices that are out there, and you're going to know pretty quickly if you've got 4 or 5 schools waiting to hire one of these coaches, not have anybody come late in December in the middle of the playoffs.
They're all playoff coaches.
Yeah. And
what do those teams do?
Yeah. It could be a wild time, man. Or because of the playoffs, man, it could put these teams, I don't know, it could change a lot, man. It could really change the landscape of college football, because in years past, you could snipe. I mean, sniping a lane from a school would have been much easier. Like, you would have known pretty quickly if they were going to a playoff, if they were going to play for a conference championship. Like, it was either a big bowl game or nothing. Like, it was 4 teams. Now it's not that the case at all, and
I think you have to move. I think you would have to again move stuff back. I don't think it's fair. You keep
I think the whole season has to shift.
In these playoffs,
the season has to shift. Yeah, you have to, because there's no
shift.
It's got the portal's got to move again, but the problem is why you can't move the portal is because of school.
Or you give those coaches an extra 30-day portal, but even then, all the top talent's probably gone.
The problem, it's the school. It's enrolling in class is the issue. It's not the portal.
I mean, come on, we can enroll them whenever we want. I mean, let's be real.
I agree, but I think that's the hiccup right now. That's what's causing this to be within certain dates. Because if you're not enrolled by for the 15th, then you can't go to school there.
Could they bump it up a week or two? Could they bump the season up a week or two? Just start at week 0 as week 1?
Again, school throws everything off.
Would that relieve some pressure?
Oh, you mean start the season earlier in August?
Yes. Like a week or 2.
And then everything's back, so then the season ends sooner, right? Okay.
Yes.
Again, school's a factor.
Sooner.
But you pay these guys. You pay these guys now, so I feel like you can force them to be there. Again, school was always the reason which kept these things at bay. I hear you. I know. I think that was actually a reasonable suggestion.
Because then the bye week's gonna have to go. I think Stadium Gale said that if they move the playoffs up, if they expand the playoffs, they would just cancel the bye week, which I give a shit less about the bye week anyway. I mean, there's some schools not going like, 3 weeks without playing, and I think that hurts them. So I think that they need to bump the week 1 up 2 weeks, and that would alleviate all issues.
I don't hate it. I don't know if I'm a fan of watching football in the middle of August, but I mean, I wouldn't mind having football.
You'll watch it. You'll sit down and pony up and watch it whenever we tell you to.
You're right. I don't disagree with you.
Exactly. I know I'm right. Well, Daddy NCAA is going to tell you when you're going to sit on your couch and watch that Florida game. Don't tell me you ain't wanting to watch August. August, the second week of August. We're fiending for it. We're fighting each other for it. We'll always say, "Oh, this is getting so toxic. We just need football." Just pump that thing up a little early. It'll be right in there with the NFL preseason. It'll be great.
I mean, you're not wrong. Is Dan Mullen quietly shopping around, or is he content being at UNLV?
I think he's content.
You think so?
I think he's content. I think he's got if he can get a couple. I know. I hear you. I tried
to tell him the guy's been trashed the last 2 days, and I've been saying I've been screaming from the mountaintops. I texted him about it, like, dude, you suck. You gotta lock it in.
I will say this. I think he's gonna stay at UNLV this year. I just don't think it's prime picking yet. I think he has a job circled, and he's kind of waiting. Because we don't know if the Auburn job's going to come open yet. We don't.
I'm going to question Cody today. Cody's been on a burner, so I think Cody might be onto something here. We're going to end with this. So Josh Pate is being, I wouldn't say being dragged, but when you are like someone like a Pate, and look, I'm not here like to defend or like, it's for me. What I'm really trying to be better at of like, I do believe that these guys that are closer to the program, I said this the other day, that we don't always get the truth because, and I said this myself, being close to Florida was hurtful for giving, just honest opinions because you feel a connection, you feel biased. And Pate has been openly honest about it. Like, he's like, yeah, I love Napier. So it's hard for me to say things about him. It's like, well, that's tough. Like, I kind of got flack when I was talking negatively about Napier, but I was like, it's not fair for me to support him. And then when he's not giving us the fans what we want to, like, well, it's okay, buddy. No, dude, it's not okay. And it's a weird place to live. So he had this whole rant, like a 9-minute rant. I'm talking thrashing Brian Kelly.
Yeah.
Like saying like, hey, he goes, I about like 2 years ago, I realized not like what he's doing at LSU. Didn't want him on my show. Not from a personal perspective, from a professional working relationship. So we avoided Brian Kelly at all costs. I quit talking good about him. So that was kind of alarming to me of like, okay, so based on your personal feelings, you quit talking about a school. Now, that's a whole other conversation for another day, but I thought that was very strange. She's like, guys, people come to you for your thoughts and opinions. And look, maybe you not saying anything is good.
I think he just didn't want to pail the water for a coach he didn't believe in. And a program that deserves better.
And so I actually respected Josh. Like, people were trying to drag him because he had a take on the message boards like 5 years ago on LSU's boards saying that, I don't know why people were excited. Brian Kelly's a Grand Slam hire. This guy's going to come in, get all the positives. And I was like, and then I'm hearing him first talk about it. I was like, damn, this is a 180 turn. And I was like, this is like a kind of a wild look. And then I kept listening. And then he, in the middle of his rant, goes, look, I was high on Brian, but my tone turned. I was like, all right, you're good. You're off the block with me. Like, you acknowledge that I was all in. Something changed. I overlooked it, but then people were still riding him. That was fine with me. I appreciated that he acknowledged it. I'm like, go ahead.
Why were they riding him though?
Because of the LSU, because of his take 5 years ago where he was like, Brian Kelly's the man.
People change.
Well, I know, but I agree. But the way that it originally looked is that he was just. Hold on. That's not where I'm not mad. We're getting off the topic here because that's irrelevant. I saw that. I was like, people just want to complain, and I was like, that's dumb. It didn't even spark my attention, but I kept watching.
You were in my head there.
Huh?
You were in my head.
Was I?
Yeah, you already knew what I was about to say. I was literally about to say, like, when people, like, when we get on here, we have to talk about something. We can't just sit here and stare into the camera. We have to give you what we think.
That's what I'm saying.
The information that we're given.
We say dumb stuff, and but as long as you acknowledge, like, hey, I was wrong, like, then we move on. I'm okay with that. Like that was where I was like, when he acknowledged, like, why are we even having
like
this
the
conversation?
21 point, like Billy on his worst day will score 21 points.
I was like, dude, like we stand by something. It's like, man, this guy proved everything that I said wrong. I don't control what I'm talking about, but that wasn't what I was upset about. The only thing that really, I think, and again, and there's a whole world that I don't know, but it's something that I talked about literally the other day, and I go, man, this is what I was literally talking about. He goes, I was hearing things about Brian Kelly that made me not want to have him on the show. From a professional, he kept saying from a professional perspective, which I appreciate, like personal wise. And I have conversations like that all the time. Like I'll like, hey, I don't like this person, or this person doesn't follow me. Like as a person, I'm sure he's a great dude, but I don't like how they navigate, right? And he goes, what I was hearing from a professional, how he was walking around the halls, he was playing for Brian Kelly, and that's it. Didn't give a damn about LSU, which we kind of started to hear. But he goes, what was crazy to me, he goes, I heard during recruiting seasons, because he goes, they didn't recruit like they should have at Louisiana. He goes, it was in cruise control. He was like, he was at the beach hanging out. So Dan Mullen-esque. And he goes, I heard about these things. And I'm sitting there watching and go, then why didn't you say anything? Because I want to say he was high on LSU going into the season. If you had all this information, why wouldn't you say something of like, hey, I'd be a little reserved about how things are being handled in LSU right now. And it's like, well, and this is where I get frustrated of like, you're a big fish, and you know you're a big fish. And so maybe it's like, I don't want to get burned. I don't want to tick anybody up. But then you're like, but now you're thrashing him now that he's gone. That was my only critique of it. Was like, you had all this information and we come to you for that, but you wouldn't give it to us because of the only thing that I can think of is afraid of the backlash that would have came from it. It's like, oh yeah, I knew she was toxic all along. I knew. You couldn't tell her, brother?
Send her my way. I can fix her.
Yeah, that was the only thing that I was kind of like, man, like you heard he was checked out, and
I have to agree. I don't know if he was super high on LSU, but he didn't do any alarm signs. He didn't do any warnings. He didn't say, hey, LSU fans, this thing is not going to go like you think it's going to go. And here's why. And he had all the information. And I feel like if you have all the information at the platform that you are on, you're kind of expected to tell it. But here's the thing. If you go and do that and you burn that bridge with LSU, they might get a great hire, and then you might not have access.
But he's burning it now. You can't. You're saying it now. True. Yeah, and you're openly admitted, like, hey, you didn't talk anything positively about LSU because of the situation. So again,
you didn't really say anything negative either.
You just didn't say anything at all. But now you're kind of look. I don't think you're talking negative about LSU in this situation. So LSU's. But if I'm a coach, but now if I'm a coach and I was like, okay, if Josh Pate stops talking about me, that means he doesn't like what we're doing here.
It's like the old saying. I think I can't remember exactly, but powerful countries fall because great men do nothing. You have the information, you have the platform, and you sat on your hands because you didn't want to step in the box. So I get what you're upset about.
Yeah, and again, people kind of give. There's people who love Pate, people who hate Pate. I respect what Pate does. I don't, from a genuine, honest to God, like I don't have. I know what it takes to do this, and to a certain extent. Like I'm not even nowhere near where half these guys do. This shit's hard. Yeah. And so I don't criticize. Literally, I mean, I think accountability is important, but to kind of like try to thrash them or say, hey, they suck at this or that. That's not the world that I live in. I think everybody does a phenomenal job. Everyone has their thing. To be fair, I don't
top-notch product.
Yeah, to be fair, I don't watch a lot of these guys, and it's because I like to have my own opinion. And so I don't want, when it's very easy to get into an echo chamber and listen to certain things and become that, right? People think like, oh, always compare me to Pat McAfee. Did I watch Pat when I was younger? Yeah. But when we started this, I started weaning it off him because I'm like, people think I already look like Pat McAfee, but I was like, I'm not trying to be Pat. Like I'm trying to be Shelton. So I don't want to have, like, if you want to know where I come from, it's like the Colin Cowlards of the world. Like these are guys that are embedded in me. The Stuart Scotts, where like kind of just like the hot takes, the funny little sayings, like those are people that I grew up watching. That I am trying to embody more, just because that's who are forever gonna be. And people don't like Colin Cowherd, but I love the guy to death. It's just someone who I've always listened to. So yeah, And again, from time to time, I'll see these clips, and how he navigated this entire conversation, I was thoroughly impressed with. Not that he gives a damn about my opinion. I know that he doesn't. Again, I think there isn't enough accountability. And even Lane said it with certain people that they either spread too much information too easily or not getting it when we do have it. And don't hit me with like, oh, it was a rumor. The fact that you're talking about it shows that there was enough data there for you to speak on it. And I'm not telling you to come out here. You could have easily just said, hey, like I'm hearing some things at LSU, like you said, like the alarm thing. I guess does he have an alarm thing? Is that what you're alluding to, or are you just making a joke? Does he have like a tidbit, like a bit where he sounds an alarm?
No, I don't know. No. No, he doesn't. I don't watch him that much. I get like a clip every now and then.
Okay, same thing. Yeah, like Lou again. Like this, like Lou is great because
I watch your season is over every week. So he does the Josh Poot special. What he calls it. He calls what he's gonna talk about
Josh,
before
right?
he talks about it.
I've seen on Twitter. Yeah. I don't watch much of that either. Because again, I think I love Lou. I think Lou is great, and I think a lot of people get frustrated with Lou. But Lou, in my opinion, is what we all want to an extent. He's brash too far on the other side sometimes, which can get under our skin. But if you want a guy that's gonna, and I try to be that again. But I also openly admit like I'm a fan first, so I'm always gonna have that biased take to it.
I don't even watch. Like I don't watch Lou for a football anything. It's more of a comedy show to me. It's like I'm putting on, like a comedy show, like Joe Rogan or one of those guys, like to listen. You know what I mean? It's more comedic than anything. Because I don't watch any of his other stuff. He does a great job. If I really want to dissect football, I go to the film guy. I think he's one of the best out there.
Yeah.
And he really gets deep in the weeds and stuff. And I kind of would want to know what Austin Brooks thought about the whole LSU Brian Kelly debacle. Because it always felt like a wrong fit, didn't it? It felt like a square peg in a round hole.
It's weird that the fit thing has been brought up a lot. And then people I saw the clip of him last night with his accent. I go, my gosh. With the signs were there.
Yeah, the red flag.
But Andy Staples, who I respect, Andy Staples does a good job.
Your windows.
Andy Staples does a good job. I think I respect Andy Staples a lot. He speaks very, very brash, very opinionated. Isn't it like the fact that he came on our show and talked about Burnergate? I was shocked, genuinely shocked. Like, holy crap! I asked him, I was like, "Hey, do you want to talk?" He's like, "Hell yeah, I'll talk about it." I was like, "Holy crap!" Because again, like that's that world where those guys have to be close, be careful where they float because they don't want to lose their access. But he wasn't afraid to talk about it. But he also has said things that irritated Florida fans. Like he was like, the Florida job is not the most ideal one. And so that was interesting. Gosh, I just lost my whole train of thought. You were saying Lou, entertainment, comedic. I don't know. I lost my whole dang thought. I was saying Andy Staples does a good job. Huh?
Yeah. The film guy.
Yeah, and you said something about like
square fit and around.
Oh, yeah. The about the fit.
The fit. Yeah.
Yeah. Andy said, and I think I kind of agree with him. He's like, look, the fit conversation's irrelevant because he goes, Urban Meyer didn't fit at Florida until he started winning. So if you win, you'll fit. Like that whole, like, I kind of agree with it. People are like, oh, it was never a good fit. And it's like,
Kelly did not win.
You can make it fit. Like Mike Elko, I don't think we all thought would be a fit at A&M when he got hired. But that's worked.
Winning cures everything. Winning cures everything, even cancer.
Yeah. So, Kurtson getting Indiana. I think Kurt will fit anywhere, but when I say Lou's a cuck and gave his number out on live one time because Georgia lost. Look, Lou's crazy. Lou's gonna be on the show on Wednesday, by the way.
Yeah, that's all.
He'll be here Wednesday.
Be tuned in for that.
All right, we got 7 minutes here. $5. Watch the Washington versus Illinois game. That Jed Fish offense looks really good, especially the O-line and QB play. Look, listen. You know where I sit, boys.
His buyout's big though. His buyout's big. $28 million.
Yeah, but his overall cost would be cheaper. So you're gonna be spending money anywhere you go. It's gonna be spent any way you look at it. So, and maybe he'll maybe he's got something in his clause we don't know about. Hey, my buyout drops to 10 if it's Florida. That's the only school that it drops to. You don't ever know. Coach Dredd, $5. New name here. Hear me out now. But is Billy G not an option for head coach? He's been here since I was damn near 6 or 7. Love y'all boys. Drink one for me, Cody. Look, we've had a conversation with this coach. It can't be. as good as this man will do, I think it's just it's a big. It's a guy that's, in my opinion, has never had true aspirations to be a head coach. And
he's been a wide receiver coach his whole life.
Yeah, I think there's just so much more to it that. And look, maybe we can't. I mean, we got frustrated with Napier. This thing is a machine, man, and it needs to be handled like one. It can't be an on the job type of situation. This isn't 1945 and Dabo stepping into the situation.
Yeah, different time maybe, but
yeah, cool story. But I'm not here to write a Rudy book. You know what I mean? We got enough movies like that. I want a good old fashioned ass whooping. No, remember the Titans kind of bullshit. So
I want ESPN talking about how we built the next dynasty. What I want.
Yeah, I like the Tom versus Time type doco where it's just like it's us against the world. Like, let's go get it. There's a clip, I think it's from that docu. It's one of my favorite clips where it was like who wants to go under the radar? F that. Like, you want to be in the spotlight. You want everyone to come. I can't remember. I'm going to ruin it, so I don't want to do it this early in the morning. But man, oh man, great show. Okay. No, I didn't see this.
We're back?
Did you hear Lane make fun of Jimmy Sexton caring about money when he doesn't on the Pat McAfee show? Lane genuinely doesn't seem to care. Yeah, I did. Okay, I did hear him say about like I've been again. Nobody wants to listen to me. It's fine.
Watch. You know what's gonna happen? He says he doesn't care about money, and then he's gonna sign the biggest deal. He's gonna
he's gonna get paid, and that's
coach in Florida.
He's gonna get paid. Yeah. I mean, that's. I think it's more of like a stature thing than the money.
He's got FU money. He's got FU money.
It's not. But in the same point, if you
what's another 20 million? When you got 100 million, what's another 20?
Well, it's not. It's like, hey, I don't want 13.5 so I can get 13.5. Like Brian Kelly wants 13.5 so he can go and look at his bank account. Lane wants 13.5 to go when he goes to text the group, the coaches group. He just anytime Kirby texts something, Lane's just gonna type 13.5. That's it.
Exactly.
That's the only reason why. It has nothing to do with you. He honestly would donate 13.5. He just wants to use it for when he goes to the pregame shows and he's sitting at the presser. They go, hey, so what do you think about Kirby? He goes, I don't know, 13.5, 6, 7. I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah.
And this is why you got to come on down to Florida, Lane, and get your ass on the podcast because we'd have ourselves a ball. We'd have a weekly segment. We'll call it the Lane Train. We'll do whatever you need to do. You know what? Lane, come to Florida, I'm going to buy an old train set, a caboose, what have you. Kind of like Busting with the Boys. They've got a bus. We're buying a train. We're building the set in the train. Should we make that? That's a promise that we should live by. Not shaving our heads, not in this bull crap. Let's put our money where our sticks are, okay? Let's find ourselves a broken down train vessel and build a studio in that son of a gun. Busting with the Boys, suck that. We're calling the Lane Train Special.
When they say Lane
Polar
to Florida
Express
could feed families, I know of 2 families that he definitely could feed.
The beer cap specials will be through the roof. And that's it, boys. That's our time. We gotta go. We got the producers are yelling at us. We're getting kicked off the air here. Huh?
Hell of a way to end it, boys. Love you.
What is it? Hello? I don't know what happened to Cody. Bye, Cody. All right, boys and girls. I don't know if he knew we were already gone or what, but y'all be good, be safe. Should we see you tonight? I don't know. We're flying by the seat of our pants. All aboard, do all the good stuff. Y'all be good. I appreciate y'all tuning in every single day. Smash the like button. Hey, we're trying to get to 30,000. 30,000 subs by the end of the year. We got about like 6 days to get to 28, and then we have 2 full months. We need to do 1,000 a month to get there. That's what we need to shoot for. Let's do it.